day. The storm hit the high plains without warning. Lightning flashed over the open range as rancher Cole Maddox rode hard through the rain, his hat pulled low, his coat soaked through. He wasn't heading home, he was searching. He'd seen the smoke from the canyon and felt something in his gut tighten. Something was wrong. Then he found her. A young woman lay beside a fallen horse, her ankle twisted badly beneath her, her dress torn at the hem, mud streaked across her face. She was awake but trembling, breathing sharply with every movement. "Ma'am," Cole slid from his saddle. "Don't move, you're hurt." She looked up at him, eyes wide as the storm above. "Easy, it hurts." Cole knelt, his hands gentle but sure. One look at her ankle told him everything. It was dislocated, swollen fast, and if he didn't fix it, she'd be unable to ride out before the floodwaters rose in the canyon. He froze, not because he didn't know what to do, but because he knew exactly how much it would hurt. Lightning cracked again, closer this time. He met her eyes, softening his voice. "It'll be over quick." She swallowed hard, biting her lip. "Just don't leave me here." "I won't," he said. "I promise." He took a deep breath, wrapped one arm around her knee, the other around her foot. "On 3, he murmured. She nodded. 1, he pulled sharply before she could brace. A cry tore from her throat, a sound that stabbed straight into his chest, but then she gasped, blinking in shock as the pain eased. "It's back in place," he said gently. "You're gonna be all right." She stared at him, breathing unevenly. Who are you?" "Cole Maddox, rancher up north." He looked at her more carefully now. "What's your name?" "Elara Hayes," she whispered. "My horse got spooked. I was riding to Riverbend. My father's sick." Cole nodded. "Then we best get you there before the waters rise." He lifted her easily, carrying her to his horse. She winced but didn't pull away. When he swung up behind her, keeping one arm firmly around her waist to keep her steady, she leaned back against his chest, trusting him completely. The trail was slick and dangerous. Twice the horse stumbled. Twice Cole tightened his hold around Elara, steadying her, murmuring quiet reassurances. She listened to his heartbeat as they rode, strong and steady despite the storm. "You didn't have to stop," she whispered once. "Most men would have ridden on. Most men ain't me." Her cheeks warmed despite the cold rain. As they neared Riverbend, the rain softened to a drizzle. Lanterns glowed in the distance. Elara exhaled shakily, relief flooding her. "You saved my life," she said softly. "I won't forget it." Cole dismounted, helping her down slowly, carefully. He hesitated, something in him, reluctant to let her go. "I wasn't about to leave you out there," he said. Storm or no storm, she reached out, fingers brushing his hand. "Come visit tomorrow. I'd like to thank you properly." He shook his head once, smiling a little a rare, warm expression. "You already did. You trusted me." Elara held his gaze, something blooming there like dawn breaking through clouds. "Well," she whispered, "I hope you'll trust me too. Come tomorrow, please." Cole touched the brim of his hat. "I'll be here." And as he rode away, the storm finally fading behind him, he realized something had shifted in him, something he hadn't felt in years. Whatever he'd found in that canyon wasn't just a woman in pain. It was the start of something that might heal them both.
Morning sunlight spread across the Riverbend Valley, warming the rooftops and glinting off the river's edge. Cole Maddox rode slowly down the dirt road toward the Hayes residence, his heart beating harder than it had during last night's storm. He'd told himself he was only coming to check her injury, but the truth sat heavy in his chest. He wanted to see her again. When he reached the small wooden house, the porch door creaked open and old Mr. Hayes stepped out, leaning on a cane. His face was pale, but his eyes were sharp. "You the rancher who brought my daughter home?" the old man asked. "Yes, sir," Cole replied, removing his hat respectfully. "Name's Cole Maddox." Mr. Hayes nodded slowly. "You saved her life. For that, you're welcome here any time." A voice drifted from inside, soft, warm, familiar. "Pa, is that him?" Cole felt something tighten in his throat. Alara stepped out onto the porch, moving carefully on her bandaged ankle. She wore a simple blue dress now, her face washed clean, her hair loosely braided over one shoulder. She still looked a little pale, but her eyes, those storm-bright eyes, seemed stronger today. "You came back," she whispered. Cole swallowed. "Told you I would." A faint smile touched her lips, shy, hopeful, almost disbelieving. Her father stepped inside, giving them space. Cole moved to the porch steps. "How's the ankle?" "Sore," she admitted. "But thanks to you." "Better than it could have been." Cole sat beside her, leaving just enough distance to be polite. But even from inches away, he could feel the warmth of her presence. He wasn't used to that. He wasn't used to wanting it. "What were you doing out in that storm anyway?" he asked gently. She looked down, fingers twisting the fabric of her dress. "Pa collapsed yesterday morning. The doctor was in the next town. I rode to fetch him. On the way back, my horse slipped." Cole nodded slowly. "You're brave." "Not many would make that ride alone." Her cheeks warmed, though she didn't look away. "I only did what anyone would do for someone they love." Something in those words hit him deep, something he hadn't felt since before his wife. Past years ago. He had locked that part of himself away, buried it under work, storms, and silence. Yet here it was, stirring because of this woman he barely knew. Alara studied him quietly. "What about you, Cole Maddox? What were you doing riding through a lightning storm?" He cleared his throat. "Saw smoke in the canyon. Thought maybe someone needed help." Her voice softened. "And it was me." "Yeah," he said quietly. "Guess it was." The air between them shifted, gentle, warm, delicate. Alara leaned back against the porch post, her eyes fixed on him. "I thought I was going to die out there," she whispered. "When you said it'll be over quick, I thought maybe that was the last thing I'd ever hear." He shook his head slowly. "No, I wasn't letting you go. Not ever." Her breath caught. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then suddenly the front door pushed open and Mr. Hayes stepped out again. "Alara, you should rest. Doctor said not to walk too much today." She nodded, then looked at Cole with a small, hesitant smile. "Will you come back later?" Cole stood, placing his hat over his chest. "You won't have to ask twice." As he walked toward his horse, he felt her eyes on him, soft, hopeful, full of something he feared but craved. He mounted up, tipped his hat, and rode away. And for the first time in years, he caught himself smiling.